WCSM's General Store is recorded at 70X7 Studio. WCSM is brought to you by Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center. Christine Flynn, your local Farmers Insurance agent. For Good Reasons Roofing, your local hometown roofing specialist. The AME Group for all your technical needs. And by Sanders Insurance, your local independent insurance experts. And now, WCSM's crew.
Hi there. Kicking off 2024. Wow.
Yep. We're here.
Wow. We don't really write checks anymore, but I guess we can still sign documents or whatever or have to use the date. But do you remember when the year would change over and you would always write the wrong year?
Yes.
On your checks
Constantly.
or whatever?
In fact, the BMV charged me $10 for doing that one year.
Are you kidding?
Because I had to mark it out, I thought putting my initials by it. No.
They charged you?
That'll cost you $10 because we'll have to go back and do something. And
I had a bank refuse to take a check one time because the date was marked different. They lined it out, initialed it like you said.
Yeah.
Didn't really accept it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that hurt.
Yeah.
I want my $10 back.
Yeah. I don't blame
you. I took my $10 out of the bank. Showed them.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, they shut
really
down.
did.
They shut down.
That really did.
Quickly after that.
We're just here, the first episode of 2024. Thank you for joining us. Our challenge to you this year is to bring some of your friends alongside.
There you go.
Let's, we've kind of built a great community over the last year with you. So now we ask you that you go out and bring a couple friends with you. And maybe by 2025, we'll have doubled or tripled this thing. How fantastic would that be?
Come on into the store and sit and stock.
2025 Mercy.
I mean, I know it's a year away, but you got time, so go ahead. Speaking of which, we've got some great followers, and we just love you all so much. But we've got some top fans, some good old boys and good old girls.
Yes, we do. The one right at the top of the list, the one I love to play a guitar lick to, right?
There you go.
Missy Panko LaBrash. You hear it?
She's like a ZZ Top song.
There you go.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you, Missy, for staying with us and letting us say your name that way. We appreciate it. Michelle Pritchard, another one there. 58 points. Robert Lutz, Margaret Rocky, Stephen Hawkins, Marcy Cripps. Also, Becky Strouser, Arlena Jackson, Jane Hanser, Bill Babcock, and Libby Rader.
Bill Babcock, classmate of mine, Bloomfield.
No kidding.
Cool.
No kidding. And am I saying
83?
Okay, yeah, I got you. I sat behind Libby and Don Rader at church last week. So I love them both. Yeah, absolutely.
Good people.
Oh yeah. Went to school, graduated with their daughter-in-law.
Oh,
Nanette.
Okay, so Don drives a courtesy vehicle for Curry.
Correct.
For Carrie at Curry Automotive or whatever.
Yeah.
I always request Don.
Do you?
I love him.
I understand why.
Good people.
Oh yeah.
Good people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sweetheart. That's awesome. Well, very good. Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to 2024 from the 70X7 studio. Again, as always, they're still with us, obviously, because if they're not, we're not here. We're not here because it's theirs if they're not here.
Right.
So Mike and Carter, thank you so much.
Yes.
We hope that you had a safe and happy New Year, New Year's Eve, and made some fantastic memories and that you're ready to head into 2024 and tackle this crazy year coming up.
Yeah.
It's an election year, which, hey, woohoo! I can hardly wait.
Yeah.
The last 2 or 3 election cycles have been just a bit nutty. So
it's comedy hour for the other nations. They're sitting around eating popcorn.
Exactly. Oh, that's a good.
This will be good.
There's another. Yes, exactly.
Has it increased to 45 people running for office?
Mercy.
I mean,
does it really matter?
Yeah, no.
Mark's a little bit soured on the process.
I am.
Yeah,
it's true.
I'm with you. I kind of feel you there. Yeah. But anyway, we got to keep we still have the privilege and right to vote in this country.
And responsibility.
That's right. So. But anyway, so excited to be here with you. So, we're headed into, what are we, a month? Maybe 6 weeks away from Super Bowl. So we're still kind of in that football mode at our house. Of course, we're a big football family. Perry played football for Bloomington Sal.
Bless you.
And
Come out
Good
okay?
school. Very good school.
and then Garrett played for Bloomington North.
Yeah.
And we love us some football. But
Right.
about a month ago, Coach Bless retired.
That.
Did you see?
Yes. I haven't
Now
had a chance to talk to you about that, but yeah, I did see that. That's going to be a new era.
He's been there for 19 years.
Who I would not want to step into those shoes, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
so-
he's done so well over there.
Yeah,
so.
he went out on top. Like, it was a great season. The Cougars had a great season, best undefeated, best season they'd ever had.
Wow.
Were conference champions. The last team that did that well was Garrett's senior year. Just going to go ahead and throw that.
You
out
gonna throw
there.
that in there? Okay.
But anyway, yeah, the class of 2020 was pretty awesome. But this Cougar football team this year, man, they just closed it out strong. They did a great job. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so Coach Bless, congratulations, and we're happy for you. His youngest son, Tate, so Charlie Bless, he graduated with Garrett. And so we all kind of knew that when Tate got to North and graduated, because Scott's been there for, like I said, this was his 19th year as a coach. We kind of felt like he might retire once Tate was done, and this is Tate's senior year.
So you saw this coming, right?
Yeah, we felt that this would
now,
be.
has there been any other coaches that have lasted? I mean, football coaches.
That's a long time for.
No, not at.
I mean,
not
I know
at
J.R.
North that
Holmes has been there
Right.
since I was playing. So
Yeah, he's been there for a minute.
I mean, Wayne Nichols was the first head football coach at Bloomington North when they opened in, what was it, 73? I think something like that.
I don't know.
you're close. I thought it was 74, but it's right there.
right there. And so Coach
I'm not that old.
Wayne Nichols was probably close.
He stayed a while.
But he was there for a while.
Okay.
Yeah. But then we had several come and go and whatever. But
Right.
then Scott Bless was there for 19 seasons. So that's a
amazing.
long time. Mhm.
It's amazing.
So now he is going to stay on as the assistant AD and as a teacher there. He's
cool.
like a PE teacher or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's going to stay there for that. So it'll be interesting to see who they bring in.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be one of his assistants. I don't know
Right.
what they're going to do.
Right. It'd be interesting.
So,
That's
yeah.
good.
But if they've announced it and I don't know, then let me know, because they could
Right.
have, I guess. I don't know how all that works.
Right,
But
right.
anyway, and so congratulations, Coach Bless.
Yeah.
And wow. And his brother was a coach too at two brothers. I think he had one at like one of the Columbus schools and then one at Avon. And I think their dad was a coach as well. So he kept,
kidding.
So that was always kind of a neat thing too.
Wonder what their
a lot
conversations
of
are like at Christmas stuff. I wonder if they talk about football at all.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Probably no interest
It's like,
there.
Probably
Yeah.
talk about who's singing at the opera.
I would
Yes,
say
yeah,
that's
for
right.
sure.
Yeah. The mom, the matriarch is like, I don't want to hear about football.
Yeah, she's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. When you're married to a football coach, you better be all in, right? So,
We've seen that before.
yeah. So speaking of which, and then another thing that happened about a month ago, IU hired a new head football coach.
That's right.
Curt Cignetti. Now, Coach Cignetti, I apologize.
I'm not happy with the first
but you're
name.
probably you probably are used to this. It took me a minute. It took me a hot minute to get your last name right. I kept calling him, Coach Sig or whatever,
Right.
and Garrett kept saying Cignetti. It's Cignetti, So I've got it down now. But
Got it.
I've got it down now.
Okay,
but
good.
so
It's significant.
So yeah,
that you get his name right.
Tom Allen was gone,
Right.
and they really kind of brought in. I think everybody was a little surprised that it moved so quickly, because they had just announced from the athletic department that they were putting headhunters out or whatever, which is pretty common.
Yeah.
And then within just a few days, it seemed like it wasn't very long. It didn't seem like.
Feel though.
Okay.
Do you
what?
feel maybe though that the search was on?
Oh yeah, but prior to. Yeah, I
would
think
say
so. I
mean,
think so.
Just kind of maybe the feelers were out there. I mean, because you're right. Tom was fired on Sunday, and Coach Cignetti was hired on a Thursday, I think. So it was literally
Days.
4 or 5 days. Yeah,
And he wasn't on any of the lists that they were showing
right. And
that come out with.
but what a resume! What a resume he
I'm
brings.
really excited. Now, at first, again, Coach,
More apologies?
More apologies. Because I wasn't familiar with who he was. And I'm like, man, that seems so fast. And I don't know. And, is this just another one of those quick hires? And which I think a lot of people were talking, having those type of discussions. And Garrett actually said, no, he's good. And
there's no question.
Garrett thinks he's going to be really, really good. And so his record was like what, 118 overall record was like 118.35 wins, losses.
Yeah. I mean, everywhere he's gone, he's been successful. A Saban product.
Yes, that I didn't realize that until just a few days after he had been hired. I think I was like, oh. Yeah.
I think expectations are pretty high for this guy, so I'm all in. I'm for him, and I hope he's successful. And when he is successful, I hope he stays here.
Yeah,
I don't want him to leave and go somewhere else. So
if he can win here, he is accomplished.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
He can win anywhere.
That's right.
That's right. I mean, it is
it's like New York, New York.
Yes, exactly.
If you can do it here, you can do it anywhere.
That's exactly right.
Frank Sinatra?
Yes.
Is that what Frank said?
I don't remember.
Why don't you sing a few bars of that?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I can't.
Go ahead.
Go on.
Come on.
I'm not the singer.
Yeah, so that'll be, and he's bringing some of his staff with him.
Yeah.
From
JMU.
Yep. So that's, and not, is he also keeping one? He was keeping one from here?
I think at least one.
No kidding. Okay. Well, fantastic. I hadn't heard that. Now, you know that he's bringing somebody from JMU that was at IU prior.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. So
I had read that too. Do you remember who it was?
I don't.
I remember his name, but he was with the Wilson squad.
Oh, that's right.
So that's going to be interesting.
And I didn't know, sidebar, sorry, I'm taking pit stop. I did not realize that Kevin Wilson was gone from Ohio and he's now head coach at Tulsa.
Yep.
That happened last year.
Yeah,
I didn't know
he
that.
actually left Ohio State.
Yeah. Ohio State, what'd I say? Not
Ohio.
here. Oh, Ohio. Oh.
Yeah, the Bobcats. But
yeah, he didn't leave the Bobcats.
No. I meant, that's what I meant.
You said it. I mean,
the Ohio.
Ohio.
I mean, I thought there was only one school in Ohio, according to them.
Oh.
That's a good point.
So that's why when I say Ohio, that's what I meant.
Right.
But I didn't know that.
Xavier and Cincinnati fans, we apologize.
Yes. Please don't shut us off.
Please.
But yes, you're right. He left the Ohio State University and went to Tulsa, and he's still there.
He's from... No, he
Spent
was
time.
He was there.
He was there
when he came here.
He was Oklahoma's.
That sounds like a prison sentence. He spent time. Yeah, he did some time.
Okay, you're not completely
tomato, potato,
was,
potato.
He was at Oklahoma as their
OC?
offensive coordinator for many years and had a great success out there.
And then came here.
And then came here, yes,
and then,
head coach, and then went to Ohio State
as OC.
Went back and forth as OC and
co-OC.
Co-OC.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think him and Ryan Day were co-OCs.
I think so.
There for a while, and then now he's at Tulsa. So
he went
I did not know
4-8 last year.
Right.
But fairly good year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Kevin's going to be successful wherever he goes.
Right.
So.
I thought you said Kevin's just going to be Kevin. Which is true.
Yes.
Kevin will be Kevin. Kevin will be Kevin.
That's right.
He's a good coach.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's no doubt. His football mind is
yeah.
off the charts.
Yep. Well, cradle coaches, right? He came from Miami, Ohio.
He certainly did.
Bill Mallory,
That's right.
Coach Hepp, John Pont.
He was at Miami, then he went to Northwestern, I think, and from Northwestern went to Oklahoma.
Which, if he went to Northwestern, he was probably up there with Randy.
Who was with Coach Hepp at
right.
Miami. Yes,
yep.
That's correct.
So,
yeah.
A lot of great coaches come out of Miami of Ohio.
No doubt about it.
Cradle. That's why it's called Cradle Coaches.
Yeah.
So pretty cool stuff.
That's the name.
Good stuff. Bo Schembechler was there.
Yes.
Woody Hayes.
Woody was there. That's right. Notre Dame coach.
Lou Holtz.
Thank you.
Lou Holtz. I didn't know Lou Holtz was a Miami of Ohio
guy. He was on
guy.
the staff with Woody.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was.
I love Lou
Amazing.
Holtz. I love Lou Holtz. Lou Holtz is one of my favorite people. I love to listen to him talk.
It's a commercial. You know the one I'm talking about.
I don't even want to.
Mike, I might have to have you download this commercial, my man. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's Lou Holtz, and it's an advertisement, and he goes into a fight song mode. And if you can imagine,
love him.
Lou Holtz
Loved him.
doing a fight song.
And he at the gas station on that one?
Yes. I think you were the one who pointed that out to me. Yeah,
huge.
Yeah, he's
Lou Holtz
hilarious.
fan. Loved him.
Yeah,
So,
no doubt.
All right, well, stay close. We'll be
Ryan
back with
Day's
more.
a big fan.
Oh, we'll be back with more football talk after this at the General Store.
Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center is the place that you need to go to keep your car running in perfect order. On the outside chance your car is not running in perfect order, Chad's has a shop over on State Road 46 in Ellisville that'll give you a free estimate and reasonable rates and get your car back on the road. Now, to keep it that way, you need to hightail it over to Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center located at 1357 South Liberty Drive. You know exactly where that is. That's just right around the corner from Menards. Now, check this out. Every 7th oil change is free. That's right. Absolutely free. I don't think you can get any better than that. Chad's Express Lube and Car Care Center, 1357 South Liberty Drive in Bloomington.
For Good Reasons Roofing, that's the number 4, goodreasons.com. They want to be your local hometown roofing specialist, whether it's hail damage, storm damage, worn out and just plain old damage, or maybe it's new construction. Whatever your 4 reasons are to have a new roof, their 4 reasons are honesty, integrity, quality, and kindness. For Good Reasons Roofing. Give them a call at 812-360-4469. They'll give you a free inspection and a transparent quote. You will be completely satisfied because Tony Pulliam will not let it be anything less than your satisfaction. Look for them at forgoodreasons.com. That's the number 4, goodreasons.com, or call them at 812-360-4469. For Good Reasons Roofing, your local hometown roofing specialist.
Just want to take a moment to talk about our newest sponsor. We're really excited about Sanders Insurance joining the gang here at WCSM's General Store. They are located at 5641 West State Road 46 in Ellettsville. If you're familiar with that address, it's because Levi Sanders, their general agent, has been at that location for quite a few years. They are now an independent insurance agency, which means they have access to the best companies that serve your particular needs. Each client is given a dedicated team that works together to address all of your concerns. They offer all types of personal insurance coverages, ATV, boat, watercraft, auto insurance, even renter's insurance. So, do you own a business? Give one of their agents a call and start saving money on commercial insurance coverages, including apartment, building owners, builder's risk, auto body shops, you name it. Sanders Insurance gives you the ability to choose the best carrier for your insurance needs. That's the main advantage to using an independent insurance agency. They'll work with the best to satisfy you. Give them a call, 812-876-7831, or visit them on the web at sandersinsurance.co and tell them the General Store sent you. You'll be glad you did.
Good bass. Is that you, Bill?
Well,
No.
It could be, right? You could do that,
You do that.
right?
but that ain't me.
Thank you for sticking around and coming back for the second half of the show. So we were talking football, talking about the hire of Curt Cignetti.
Yes.
IU's new head coach. So welcome to Bloomington, Coach and Mrs. And just real quick before we move on to the next subject, we were talking about this a little bit before the show, but I haven't talked to you about this. He kind of feels a little Coach Heppish to me. I don't know if you've listened to much or read much about it. He's kind of got a bit of a Pied Piper swagger to him, like
that.
what I love that about Coach Hep.
He's got a winner's attitude.
Well, when Coach Hep came here for his first presser, he had the Crystal Bowl and the Rose Bowl, and just like, why not us, right? That was everybody, and I think everybody just bought into the IU football program at that time because of him. It wasn't, they invested in Coach Hep, which got people in the stadium. Yeah. He knew the importance of tradition and built a lot of the traditions that are still here, the walk and the Hep's Rock and all that stuff. And so and then Coach Cignetti, he kind of says the same thing, that they're going to win the Big Ten championship. And, like he kind of has that whole positive, why not us, Pied Piper kind of thing going too. Just, I don't know. It feels very similar.
Well, I think he can back that up too. I mean,
for sure.
I mean, he hasn't been coaching at a Power 5 perennial powerhouse, and he's got all these wins.
Right.
So, I mean, he's taking teams that don't normally, get a lot of W's, and he's racking them up. So I'm all about it. I'm so glad that they hired him, and the fact that he spells his first name correctly, even better.
Right, with a C, right?
Even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Kurt
I'm all about that.
So welcome to Bloomington, and we're excited about, the future.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck. And
But we do think Indiana should be in the national championship.
Well,
it should have been. Correct me. They should have been, and Kurt's got the argument.
well, hang on. So let's talk about the whole thing, though, because
Okay, let's talk about that.
what.
So the championship game is Monday, I believe. So
Right. So but line it out, because what happened was Florida State, FSU.
Yep.
Got not replaced, but Alabama was chosen over them, right?
Correct. And so was Texas. If you're making the one-loss argument, yeah.
Right. So, but I know but the Florida State and Alabama are the two names that you're hearing a lot. That's not right. I mean, the fans are going at it, and a lot of FSU fans. Well, I think a lot of football fans honestly feel like
so too.
that it's just wrong how they did it. So what did happen?
Well, according to what I always thought, the rules of the chosen were that if you go undefeated in a power conference, you're going to be in. I mean, it was that simple. And
there's only 4 slots.
Florida State did that, and they're not in. So, I mean, they
now, did Alabama do that?
Bent the rule. No, Alabama did not go undefeated. So, that's the difference. So, you can argue that Alabama's a better team, and they probably are.
Now, did they have so here's the argument I'm hearing. Yeah, but Florida State's schedule wasn't as tough as Alabama's schedule, so their wins mean
Clemson
more.
on that. You got Louisville on that. I mean, you got Duke on that.
And didn't they play? Didn't they beat LSU too?
I think they beat Florida, who's in the SEC.
Right. So I mean, I'm not buying the strength of schedule.
So why did Alabama get chosen?
Well, you got to ask the guys in the room.
I mean,
in that room.
How many
think?
alumni from Alabama were in that room?
Yeah.
It does make a guy wonder, but I mean,
Things that
I see both sides of it.
Yeah, I do too.
FSU did exactly what they were supposed to do, and not only did what they were supposed to do, but did it with backup quarterbacks.
Right.
Number 2 and number 3. I mean, the kid that came out and beat Louisville played high school football last year,
Right.
Yeah.
on the biggest stage in America, and came out and won a game. Now, they didn't pound Louisville, they didn't run the score up, but they did win. So it's very difficult for me to say Florida State didn't do what they were supposed to do. They did everything they were supposed to do, right down.
Well, so let me ask you this. So, I mean, because during the break, you guys were talking about, used to the championship, there was two games or 2 teams, that was the championship game or whatever. And now they've made it 4 teams, kind of like a playoff situation. You were saying that should at least do 12. Let me ask you this dumb girl question. Why don't they do football like they do NCAA basketball?
Injuries.
You can't play that many games in 1 week.
I
Body-
see.
yeah,
That's,
body's
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
okay,
that's the problem.
right.
I get
But
it.
they do.
And bowl games would have a fit with that because they're making so much money.
They're making money.
Yeah.
Mm.
I agree with you. I would love it if that was the case. If
Well,
we
there
could just,
seems to be a better way to get a.
There's just no way to play football that often.
Right.
in
I never.
so many days.
Yeah.
So
I didn't consider that.
yeah,
I think the 12. I really think the 12 will alleviate.
which
a lot
is
of head-
2024.
Yeah,
that's,
I think
that's,
So they are going to 12.
Yeah.
They're going to jump from 4 to 12.
So the last 8 will play into the top 4.
Right.
Oh, good.
And then
That's a
it'll be-
little bit better anyway.
Oh yeah. There won't be this.
There'll still be.
We
There's
think-
always going to be controversy.
It'll be,
but
I
it'll be
mean,
a lot less.
But isn't
Yes.
it this more of a play-in situation than it is now?
Yeah.
Kind. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, but
That's
back
kind of
in-
the way I thought the
in-
conference championships were supposed to be. That
Right.
was your basic.
But-
that's a game you play in to get in.
Totally. But,
But-
10 years ago, everybody was saying they only picked the top 2.
Right.
Right.
And they were like, "Oh, you got to go to 4. You got to go to 4." It's so. And now we're here at 4.
and now
And it's
everybody's like, you got to
go to 12. You got to go to 12. So
And a lot of it
I'm
has
good
to
with
do-
12.
Right.
I'm good with 12.
I think 12 will be I think it will be the right. No.
But I want to see the best 12 teams.
Yeah.
Now we're
there's
going to go with the
always gonna be
FSU
that
rule here
controversy.
because that's what killed FSU. Is they know that they don't have their Heisman quarterback,
Right.
and he's literally their superstar, great athlete, and they know that he wasn't on that team.
Right.
And can they sustain against the top 4 teams
Right.
in America? The committee said no. So
Mike asked if that's for money reasons.
I would think everything leads back to money and you know and what people are going to want to watch. You know, I mean, they're
Right.
going to want to see the best of the best. And last year we said TCU,
And that
just got embarrassed against.
Yeah, that's
But they won their conference. They
Right.
They did
Yeah.
everything they were
And
supposed
that-
to do.
I
but
think
they were
that probably
definitely
led to-
not one of the top 4 teams in America.
I think
They
that
just
led to
weren't.
part of the decision this year
I
was
think
that
so, too.
TCU lost last year so poorly
Yeah,
that they didn't want to see that again.
nobody wants to see
But
that.
at the
Yeah.
same time,
They did
It is
everything
what
they're
it
supposed
is.
to- I know.
Yeah.
I know. And you're exactly right. So you take an Alabama
they earned the opportunity to be there.
who's a one-loss team. You take a Texas who's a one-loss team. You push out FSU, you push out Georgia, you push out Ohio State for that matter.
Right.
They were a one-loss team,
Right. Yep.
and a very good ball club. So I'm ready
I
for
think
2024.
another
I'm ready
thing
for the
that
12.
will
To see
help
that.
Yeah.
is that we lose one power conference. So now we're just gonna have
Correct.
4 power conferences.
Correct.
So, that will change things.
Yeah, Pac-12 is no more.
No, it's kind of sad. I was
It is.
the mascots got together for the last photo. Did you see?
Did
that?
they really?
Oh, that's
Yeah, one
Aw.
last photo for the Pac-12.
Wow.
Yeah. So
well. So what started this conversation? Then we'll get back to what Mark said. So now you actually have it on good authority here that a good argument for why Indiana should actually be one of the 4.
Well, and when you talk about this team beat this team, so Texas beat Alabama, so Texas definitely needs to be in over Alabama, and they were. That's right. So they're the head-to-head. If you beat somebody, you should be ahead of them type argument. Well,
Right.
There's an argument out here that I don't know if I can.
it's hard to argue with facts.
It's real. This is science.
This is
This is clearly science, and Mike, I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but it's blurry. I'm sorry. So the caption is
no one would believe in it.
nobody's going to believe it anyway.
Believe it anyway.
If only
Really
the
doesn't
selection committee understood sound reasoning, and put
Which
the
clearly they don't.
Pay
Which clearly-
attention.
Now
this
listen.
is we're going to get you there. Listen
This
to
is
this.
science.
This
It's
is-
hard to stay up with.
This is huge. This is huge. So we all know that Indiana beat Wisconsin this year in football, right?
I
You
was
were
there. I
You were
witnessed
there.
it, yeah.
So Indiana
It did happen.
won against Wisconsin.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
Stick with me.
Which I thought we killed 2 birds with one stone with that. We got Wisconsin back for beating us like 86 to
Right.
whatever.
Right.
And then Luke Fickell with the Cincinnati group, who was the
Yes.
coach, beat us.
Oh, that's true.
So I'm like, good. We got
That's a
both
good
of
point.
those.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Yeah.
So Indiana beat Wisconsin, right? Stay with me. Wisconsin beat Rutgers,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Rutgers beat Virginia Tech, and you can look at all this up. You can look all this up.
It's all true.
Rutgers beat Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech beat Boston College. All right.
Yes, that happened.
Boston College beat Army.
Yes, that
right.
happened too.
Army beat Air Force.
Yep.
Yep.
Air Force beat Wyoming.
Yeah, a powerhouse.
I love this.
Wyoming beat Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Okay, we're getting there. Texas Tech beat Central Florida.
Right.
Remember that?
Yes.
Central Florida beat Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Oklahoma State beat Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma beat Texas.
The Red Rivers.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
I saw
Come
that.
on.
Texas beat Alabama. Right?
Yeah.
Alabama beat Georgia. Right?
Yeah.
So that's the argument. We beat.
We may be the number one. Really. We should be the
really
number one
should
seed.
be in. We should be.
We
in
should
the
be in
playoffs. I
because
mean,
it all started with Indiana beating
Yeah.
Wisconsin.
That's right.
That's right.
That's science, folks.
That's right. You can't argue with that.
That is science right there. So there it is.
Well, you could argue with it, but
I mean,
Well, isn't this how they do it? Isn't this how? Wasn't this kind of the rules?
Florida
Getting
State fans, I know you're upset, but think of how upset
you weren't
we
even,
are.
You weren't even in the chain. Florida State wasn't even in the chain.
You weren't even mentioned in that chain. We are upset. We were.
Yeah.
That's right. So
I think he needs to be coach of the year.
So there it is.
There you go.
There's the argument, folks. Do with it what you may.
At least
Yeah.
give us a bowl, right?
Right.
You know.
I mean,
And Minnesota got in at 5-7. I mean, come on.
Yes.
that's
We deserve one at 3-9. I mean, really.
yeah.
I love that.
It's It's right
That's-
there.
I mean, it's all right
do.
there.
All
I
facts.
really have thought that the toilet bowl cleaners companies should sponsor a bowl for the 2 worst teams. I'm serious.
Tell me people wouldn't watch
Call
that.
it the toilet bowl.
Tell me people wouldn't watch that.
I'm telling you, people will pay big bucks to see that. It will probably get higher. Who's the worst team
And
in America?
you
That's
could
what we're going to
also-
find out tonight.
You could also make the argument that the 2 worst teams in football need more practice
probably-
reps and all those weeks of
There'll
preparation.
probably be controversy. We were worse than you were. Come on, we deserve to be in that bowl.
worse than you.
We lost to
We lost everything.
to Louisiana Tech. I tell you, we're terrible. I don't know.
I like it.
We almost lost to Akron. I mean,
Yo,
come on.
we should have been in that game.
That's right. That's right. There'll be fights for that.
I think it should only be for Power 5
I think
teams, though.
I think it's a marketing
Yeah.
genius.
I think
move
this year
right there.
would probably be Indiana against Vanderbilt. It'd be.
I don't know, but I think
game.
there's teams that won less than we did.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's hard. I'm talking in conference wins. Conference wins.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. There'd have to be a committee to pick that
Yeah.
team.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
So could they do it and do it right?
No,
I don't think
so.
Vanderbilt won in the SEC this year.
Did they not?
I don't think so. So I think.
I mean, honestly, that's for me, and I love football, and I get what you're saying, though. That's, the question I asked earlier about the NCAA brackets and the play-ins. Obviously,
Yeah.
you can't play football that much.
Sure.
But that's the beauty of basketball.
Oh,
The playoffs, the
Yes.
NCAA. I mean,
Oh,
it's,
yes.
you're seeded,
It's-
and then you just
Yeah.
may the best man win.
yes.
go at it.
Which is,
It's-
it's so good.
We love, obviously love basketball season.
Especially tournament.
We love the
Yeah.
first Thursday, Friday of the NCAA.
Yes, yes, the play-in.
Oh, yeah.
You turn it on and you don't turn it off till after midnight.
March
Probably,
Madness is awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I live for it. Love
Yeah.
it.
So we're not too
It's
far
awesome.
from that. But
Yeah.
so, wrapping up football season, kind of like I said, in about 6 weeks or so, we'll have the Super Bowl. So, and then we'll be on to March.
Yeah, March Madness.
That's
And
right.
then next thing you know, it's spring.
Yeah.
Guys, so that's how we get through
We're
winter.
going to make it. That's exactly right. We're going to make it.
Thank God
So
for
good.
basketball.
Yes. Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. This was a fun little conversation. We would love to see what your thoughts are. If you think Indiana should have been one of the, in the playoffs. I mean, we've got the proof right here.
Yep.
We got the proof. Be sure and interact with us and comment down below.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have something, Mark?
I was thinking about what city should host it.
What city should host the
I'm
toilet
thinking
bowl?
maybe.
Like
Detroit. I was going to say Detroit.
They've already got one. I'm going to think. I'm
about
thinking,
New Jersey?
I'm thinking Fairbanks, Alaska.
Okay.
I'd like that.
Okay.
Because they say the better you do, the further you go south.
Oh.
So the worse you do, the more you
The
go
colder it
north.
gets.
And it's
I got
going to
you.
have to be an outdoors game.
Can't get much colder.
Can't get much,
Right,
can't get
in
much
the-
worse than
in the
that.
U.S. Yeah, I love it.
So good. Well, thank you for joining us from the 70X7 studio. If it's the Lord's will, we'll be back here with more conversation from the General Store next Friday. God bless you.